Hello Michael, it's Joe here from Universal Yachting in Hamble. I just thought it'd be nice for you to have a quick walkthrough of the Dufour 470. This is our one that we have down here at Mercury Yacht Harbour in Hamble. So this one's a year-old owner's boat. Very, very high spec on this boat. Lots of different options and bits and pieces we can talk through. But the reason why this boat is so interesting is that it's a very, very similar layout and configuration internally to the boat that we've been discussing on the phone and the boat that I sent the spec over to you this afternoon. So I'll talk you through a few of the bits and pieces as we go through, and yeah, hopefully it'll be a good little insight ahead of your visit, hopefully this weekend or coming into next week. So one of the key features of Dufour is the hull design. On this generation of Dufour, there is a hull chine that runs the length of the boat, and it's very, very pronounced on the 470. And obviously that just gives you that little bit of extra form stability, moving away from a reliance on the keel to make the boat sail upright. Sailing upright has multiple different benefits, primarily safety, makes it really nice and easy to move around the boat, considering that under sail, no matter how hard you press her, she really will not heel past sort of 20 degrees or so. Which just makes it a lot more comfortable, enjoyable experience for the whole family. And flip side of that is that you are utilising the wind as you sail more upright, so there's lots of performance benefits. You're reducing the amount of hull in the water, which is reducing drag, so that just gives you that little bit of extra boat speed as well. And the third benefit of the full-length hull chine is the interior volume it gives you is phenomenal. It allows you to carry the beam further forward, which means that your saloon and forward cabin are absolutely ginormous spaces, and just really, really comfortable places to be. So yeah. Right, as we step around the aft here, we can see everybody's favourite Dufour feature, the Dufour barbecue plancher and grill. So she's set up in a flat iron configuration at the moment. This grill plate does pull out and flip over and becomes a griddle, and obviously you've got your sink for food prep and hand washing and things there. All runs off the mains gas system, and it's just a really, really nice way when the weather is good to keep all the cooking smells outside and be able to be with your guests and socialise, and not have to be downstairs cooking. So it's a really, really nice feature and something that people do find that they use a lot of. Skipped ahead of a step, so obviously large bathing platform. On this boat he has gone for the real woods flooring, and most of our customers now tend to go for the synthetic teak, but obviously that's a complete personal preference. There's a swim ladder tucked away in that locker under there, with nice swim handles, so it's really nice and easy if you are having a dip somewhere to jump on up out of the water. And it all folds up on two electronic buttons on the other side of the binnacle there. As you'd expect, you've got your stern shower coming up onto here, manual bilge pump obviously, and then really conveniently located water filler and then diesels over the other side there. So it's really nice and easy to top up your levels as you're going through. These flat plates here are for davits, and we supply from Dufour, or we can retrofit some pop-up davits which tuck away down into those holes, but it just depends on your personal preference and how much you tend to find that you use your tender. So stepping on board, he's gone for the black Carbo Nautica wheels. Really, really popular option to go for either the black or the white. I personally prefer the white ones, but they do just give the boat a really nice sporty feel, and they really do feel very, very nice in your hand. So he spec'd the bow and stern thrusters on this boat. So it's a side power proportional control unit, and it has a hold function as well, so that allows you to pin yourself against the pontoon as you come alongside. And obviously with it being proportional control, you can input a little bit of power or you can put full power in, and that's standard across the range with all of our thruster setups. So I believe the spec of the boat that's coming out of the factory soon is a retractable bow thruster, but obviously there is an option to put a stern thruster in as well if you prefer. Really nicely, conveniently located repeater for the for the chart plotter. So the main chart plotter's down there, and essentially that's a 12-inch Axiom Pro. Obviously, this boat he went for the Rain Marine package, and from now on, most Dufours are now going with B&G equipment. But you can have all your data pop up on your screen here, and it just gives you flexibility for when you're navigating, when you're sailing, to have everything right there in front of you, which is a really, really nice, handy feature. And then that is the Rain Marine auto helm control. Really, really good size cockpit, really nice and spacious. So we look back round, you just see the buttons for the swim platform on the back there. So this boat does have the Dufour box, which gives you the little bit of extra storage in the cockpit, and obviously when you have all the cockpit cushions out in the out here, gives you a really nice sunbathing area as well. He's gone for the split bimini on this, which is a really nice handy feature, because this is going to be eventually a med spec boat, so he's gone for a lot of upgrades that you'd expect for the Mediterranean. It's got air conditioning, lithium battery bank, and lots of different things that you would need when you're out in the med, generator, water maker, etc, etc. But yeah, I think the split bimini is a really, really nice feature, because it just gives you the ability and the freedom to move around the boat. You have your step up here, which is also a rope tidy, and having split bimini means no ducking. You could just walk straight out onto the side decks, and you've got a really easy walk out, up and down to manage the lines and do the bits and pieces you need to do. Really good sized traveller on this boat, so lots of scope for sail trim, and good size Genoa cars as well. On here he has the 108 Genoa setup and the self-tacking jib. So at the moment he's got it configured with the self-tacking jib on there, but he's also gone for the 108 for longer journeys. So when he's doing in the Solent kind of things, he puts the 108, puts the self-tacker on, sorry, and then when he's doing his longer journeys, he switches it out to the 108 Genoa. But obviously that's personal preference. A lot of our customers are going for sort of similar setups to this, going for a self-tacking jib with either a Code Zero or a Helix furling Jenica, just to give you that little bit of extra power going downwind should you need it. But the actual loss of power from the self-tacking jib on a boat of this size is actually quite minimal, so they are a really, really good option. But obviously that comes down to personal preference and can obviously be changed. One of the key features of the Dufour 470 is that they have lowered the gooseneck. So despite this being, I'll just come around this side so you can get a good look. So the gooseneck is really, really low. So you shouldn't need to step up to put the main halyard on, or to play around with the top of the sail. It's just a really well thought out design, which just makes the top of the sail really accessible and stops you having to climb or jump up the mast. So he's got the self-tacking jib set up at the moment, and then moving forwards, you have a really, really good size sail locker. Let's pop that open, bear with me. So great storage area, lots and lots of space in here, and then completely full of sails and bits and pieces at the moment and cockpit cushions. But yeah, just a great little area for putting away all your knick-knacky bits as you go through. One slight change on the Dufour range is that they have redesigned the anchor locker, so there is no top access to it now. This is sort of for multiple reasons. On the smaller boats, it's designed around maximising the space in the forward cabin, and yes, you do get that in this boat as well. But also because it drops, it's a narrow, deep anchor locker, it drops further down, and as opposed to sitting flat, the chain sort of calling over itself and tangling, it does tend to sit a lot more comfortably within that container, and so you can anchor up and down multiple times without ever having to really need to access the anchor locker, which is a really, really handy feature, especially if you're you do a lot of anchoring as they do in the Med and things like that. If you do need to access it though, you can go through the sail locker there, and there's a waterside bulkhead, and go in through the side, in through the front bulkhead, and untangle the chain or do anything you need to do should you have an emergency sort of situation. Really nice open foredeck, plenty of space. There is an option on this boat to go for sunbathing pads all over the front of the boat, and obviously on the coach roof as well. But obviously not something that people tend to worry about in this country, but obviously that's again personal preference. One of the biggest things that Dufour always like to do is to feed as much light into the boat as possible. So you've got really nice large windows into the forward cabin running all the way back, 2 really good size opening hatches for lots of ventilation, and then more glazing all the way over the top of the boat to really maximise that, and you really do get a real sense of open, and it's a really nice open airy place to be in the saloon and the forward cabin of this boat, as we'll see when we head downstairs. So wander back through, back down through the gap in the bimini, so didn't even have to duck, straight down through, really nice and easy. And we'll head downstairs. One thing worth noting on this boat is that it does have full electric winches, so all of the winches are electrified on this one. On the boat, I believe we looked at, it's just the 2 on the coach roof, but obviously that is a easy retrofit should you wish to add that on. So let's have a look downstairs. So here we are, and this is the light oak interior, which is the same configuration as we were looking at on the boat we were talking about this afternoon. Really nice spacious saloon area. He has gone for the electric drop down table to create another berth there if you wanted to, or he mainly uses it for a lounging area. The standard option on this boat is to have a TV that pops up out of the counter there. He didn't want to go for that one. He has gone for it over on the wall there, as you can see, which is a really nice neat option. I think that's something that a lot of people are going with now, and yeah, it looks really nice and tidy. Lots and lots of storage running all the way around the top of the boat. Really good deep usable storage lockers, and they continue all the way around. Extra seating on this side, which slides out into a snug, and then you've got all your switching and battery monitoring system, VHF, generator control obviously for this boat, and water maker control as well. And he's gone for the upgraded Bose sound system, which is really nice. Lots of indirect lighting in the boat, as you can see, so it just always feels like a nice open light airy place to be, as we discussed when we were outside. Really nice large hull windows on both sides of the boat to really maximise the amount of light that you get coming into the saloon and into the galley. So Dufour's most popular galley configuration, the forward galley layout. Personally, my favourite, having used it at sea, it is the most practical configuration you can go for. You've got your sink with a drainer on that side, another sink on that side, so 2 full-size sinks, which is really handy for a boat of this size. He's gone for the standard 3-burner hob with the gas oven. There is a massive storage bin, sort of larder in there. There is an option to put a fridge or a freezer into that area if you wanted it. And again, just coming back to the storage all the way around the top, so loads and loads of storage in the galley. Gone for the drawer fridge. And they're really nice and spacious. So 2 of those with the additional fridge upstairs if you wanted to. There's loads of options for modifying. Customer of the most recent 472 we sold put a drawer fridge in there as well, and a drawer fridge upstairs. So there's lots of options for retrofitting when you come to the UK. But what we tend to do is just say to our customers, use the boat for a year or see how long. You know, if you have ideas in mind, we can get them done. But if you use the boat for a year, you can see exactly what you need, what you don't need, and then add and take away as required is the easiest way to do it. So nice chopping area there, more storage across the back, and we'll wander through into the forward cabin, which I think you'll agree is just absolutely stunning place to be. Really nice, light and airy, and open, a really good sized bed. Lots of natural light coming through, all of which are obviously blinded with blackout blinds. But again, one of the beauties of being inside Dufour is that even if you're downstairs sleeping, you do just have a touch of outside with you at all times. You never feel cooped up or cramped in this boat, which is a really nice feature. On this side we have an absolutely huge shower room. Not the easiest to get on film, I'm afraid, but all automatic shower drains, obviously sink, storage around the back, really good size shower compartment, and then separate on this side is the heads compartment, which is a really good size as well. A little bit of storage on either side. On this side it's hanging with shoe storage, and then on the other side obviously just some cupboards and bits and pieces with more shoe storage, and then some shelves as well, and obviously really nice deep shelving units on the side and deep cupboards as we've seen throughout the boat. Right, heading aft, good look through. You have the second heads with the separate shower, with the shower screen that comes across to separate that, and then that is your day heads for the two aft cabins. Nice working area with some storage there as we saw earlier, and then really nice size aft cabins, absolutely huge beds, and again light incorporated into the inside of the boat. Lots and lots of storage around the top, some hanging storage on that side, and again lots and lots of ventilation, lots of light, really pleasant place to be. And then same on the other side. Do apologise, this one is a little bit messy. So all your cushions in there. So every seating area in the cockpit has a cushion, so you can have it set up when you're in port or when you're out sailing. Just a really comfortable place to sit and be. So that really concludes the whistle stop tour. I do apologise if it was a little bit dry, but it's just good to get a good overview of the boat, and yeah, I look forward to catching up very soon, and hopefully show you over her in person. I'll speak very soon. Many thanks. Bye bye.